Hey everyone, it's been a while since I last made a reverse engineering video in FreeCAD. The new 1.1 version just dropped and one of you sent me a 3D scan of an aluminum cast handlebar to work on. I thought this would be a perfect project to try out the new features and improvement in FreeCAD 1.1. The viewer who sent me this is a mechanical engineer from Ethiopia, and I've never been to Ethiopia myself, but I got to say that I love their yogurt coffee with that fruity aroma. Right? Anyway, he asked me to show how to reverse engineer this shape, so I'll be making a tutorial style video. I will also share a sample point cloud you can download so you can follow along step by step. This part was scanned with the Clarity Scan Raptor Pro. The scan itself looks clean and high quality, but the handlebar has quite a few defects, probably from poor casting. The right side seemed much better than the left, so my plan is to reverse the right half and mirror it over to fix the shape. The file I got is in mesh format, so I will run it through Cloud Compare to convert it into a point cloud. I will set the point cloud to 1.1 million points, which matches the number of polygon faces in the mesh. Since this part doesn't have any flat surfaces, I will use 3 of the mounting holes to align it with the XY plane. Next, I will flip the model 180 degrees along the Y-axis so the handle isn't pointing downward. To bring it into FreeCAD, I will save the point cloud as a PLY file and choose ASCII when prompted. Here is in the FreeCAD 1.1. Just head to the New File tab and click on Parametric Body. I will turn on the origin plane so it's visible, then go to the File menu, choose Import, and select the point cloud we downloaded. I will set the point size to 1 and pick a bright color so it stands out clearly. Next, I will click on the YZ plane and create a new sketch and trace along the sidewall of the mounting holes to find the center of the point cloud. I will draw a vertical line snapped to the center of this horizontal line, then measure the distance from the origin. It comes out to 0.59 mm. Right click on the point cloud, choose Transform, then set the V direction offset to 0.59 mm. Now the point cloud is centered on the mirror plane. If you skip this step before modeling, the mirrored hole from the right side won't line up with the left. My plan is to start with a sketch on the XZ plane, then create a second sketch on a datum plane that I will move and rotate along the length. Then I will use the pipe command to create the solid. In FreeCAD, the pipe tool lets you use a rail as a guide so it forms a nice curve aligned with the scan data. But with the loft command, you can't use a rail to guide the shape. Then I will keep adding cross-section sketches along the handlebar until I reach the mounting face. Click on the XZ plane, create a new sketch, and turn on Slide Sketch. Since the profile looks triangular, I will draw 3 lines for the sides. Then I will lock all 3 lines using the lock constraint. I will use the 3-point arc tool to draw arcs on each of the 3 corners. Then I will use the tangent constraint to make the arcs tangent to the lines. Then I will use the trim command to cut away the extending lines. Now the first sketch profile is complete. Click on the datum plane, then select the XZ plane. I will use the arrow to move the datum plane along the X and Y axis. Then I will move the datum plane along the Z-axis to the right spot and rotate it on the X and Y axis so it's perpendicular to the handle profile. Click on the new datum plane, create a sketch, turn on section view and draw a profile similar to the first one. I can see that the 2D sketching performance has improved a lot compared to the previous version, especially the snapping tools. It feels much faster and more responsive now. Next, I need to create a guide rail for the pipe command between these 2 points. To do that, I will first make a plane, then sketch on it to draw the line. Since FreeCAD doesn't have a direct 3D line function, so I will create a datum plane by selecting the 2 points. The plane isn't oriented correctly, so I will rotate it 90 degrees along the X or Y axis. And then I will rotate the plane along the Z axis in the direction the arc will curve. Next, I will create a new sketch on this plane. Right-click to choose External Intersection and project the 2 intersection points from the earlier sketches as reference. Then I will draw a 3-point arc and snap its ends onto the projected points. Now we are ready to create the first pipe. Select the first and second sketches, then click the Additive Pipe command. Click on Add Edge and select the rails. Then in the Transform mode, choose the multi-section and select the sketch that is next to the rail. You may need to try a few times to get the right sequence for this command. And you can have only 1 rail. I have tried to choose 2 rails but it doesn't work. So you can't control the exact shape that you want, but it will be close approximation to the scan data. If you are looking for a budget-friendly CAD option that can loft with the multiple 3D rails and handle point clouds, I think FreeCAD is the way to go. Next, I will click on this datum plane and create a new one. Next, I will slide the plane along the handlebar, position it this point, and rotate it so it's perfectly perpendicular to the handlebar. Then I will create a new sketch on this datum plane, making a profile similar to the previous one. Earlier versions gave me a trouble when making closed loop sketches, but now that's completely fixed. Next, I will create a datum plane for sketching the rails. This release makes the projection tool even better, letting you project using either cutting or projection mode. Okay, let's go ahead and make the second additive pipe. I spent some time trying to figure out why I couldn't add the second rail, but I never found the reason. With only a single rail, the handle turns out unsmooth along its length. FreeCAD is free to use, so you really can't complain, right? Next, I'll create a new datum plane for the third additive pipe, then move and rotate it until it's perpendicular to the handlebar profile. Now the profile has changed into a rectangle. Next, I will create a rail sketch the same way I did before. Next, I execute the additive pipe command, though this time it pops up with an error. The additive pipe fails if the profile shape varies too drastically along the path. When I use the loft command, it runs smoothly without error, but without a guide rail, the result looks segmented and unsmooth. I move on to the next pipe, hoping it won't throw an error since the profile is similar to the last one. I created the guardrail the same way, but when I ran the pipe command, it threw the same error. But when I use the loft command, it works smoothly again. I have come too far to stop now, so I will continue modeling the rest of the handlebar with the loft command instead of the failing additive pipe and show you the final reverse engineered result in FreeCAD. The loft command keeps things simple. You just need a single datum for each sketch, which speeds up the process. To smooth out sharp turns and avoid the segmented look, just shorten the loft profile. If you have the time, making each loft about 5 mm long will give a smoother result. I think I will add 2 more lofts before reaching the mount plate. I tried rounding the sharp edges with the fillet command, but it threw an error. It's not me doing something wrong. I tested the same workflow in FreeCAD and was able to loft with 3D rails and apply fillet without any issue. See here, I can't fillet any of the edges. Here's the final step. I align the datum plane to the bottom of the mounting face, created a sketch profile and extruded it to overlap the upper loft handle. I applied some taper to the mounting plate profiles, and surprisingly, this time I was able to fillet the corners. I then create a sketch on top of the mounting plate and position 2 holes for the extrude cut. Next, I click the mirror command and choose the XC plane as the mirror plane. And when I check the position of the mounting holes, they line up with the point cloud. That means this handlebar will fit when mounted. Here is the final result, reverse engineering a complex curve in FreeCAD. I know it looks segmented and unsmooth along the length. FreeCAD is a great tool for learning reverse engineering. It works with point clouds and follows the same workflow as professional software like Autodesk Inventor and SolidWorks. Once you have a 3D scanner, it's an excellent place to start learning. And once you are comfortable in the CAD environment, you can move on to professional tools. This may not give you a usable result for a real commission project, since lofting without 3D rails won't produce a smooth surface. But there is a workaround. Let me show you. You can use a clay tool like Substance Modeler or Blender to smooth out the edges. Just leave the mounting face and holes untouched so the precision isn't affected. This approach only works if you plan to 3D print the part, since CNC machining doesn't accept measures. The part exported from FreeCAD sits exactly at the center of the mirror plane, so I can enable the mirror function during smoothing. That way, the repair is quick since I only need to work on one half. And here is the end result. On the left is the original scan data, and on the right is the reverse engineered model created in FreeCAD with some clay tool smoothing. In my opinion, this gives good quality and precision for most 3D printing projects, since many people only scan and reverse engineer about 5 to 10 parts a year. Investing in expensive CAD software isn't really economical. And if you start doing reverse engineering more often, you can move on to professional CAD tools. In the meantime, I will look for one that's reasonably priced and perform well for reverse engineering. And here's my first review of FreeCAD 1.1. It brings big improvements to 2D sketching, snapping tools, and the standard loft command. While it may not produce an exact clone of complex shapes, it performs well for what it is. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.